Who do you think you are? In the 21st century, we are renting out 1 meter by 1 meter spaces with no window to human beings. This was not even happening in the medieval times. Even they had a window in the castle or in prison. Welcome to another episode of our horrible rentals, and this time I'm going to have a look at London and maybe a little bit of different city, but first mainly London properties, and we're going to go to see Airbnb this time. What's your experience with Airbnb? Let me know in the comments. Is it great? Is it horrible? Let me know. Right off the start, I found something which I believe it's illegal. Not only logically, but also I googled it. Okay, sorry, I used ChatGPT for that. Small sleeping space, not a room, 4 minutes from STN, Stansted, I guess. Horrible pictures, of course, but room in Greater London, fine. 4.09 reviews. On Airbnb, anything below 4.50 is horrible. Pretty much, okay? Like, I wouldn't risk it. I'm just gonna show you pictures first. As she says, this is not a room, so you cannot really say it's false advertising because she says this is not a room, this is a, sleeping space. There's no window, by the way, this is just the light. There's no window, she says that in the description. Let's have a look at what she's talking about. Very small space, low ceiling, no window. Kitchen is not for Airbnb guests' use. There's no ventilation. It is suitable for those who don't mind the small space with low ceiling and no window. Rats, animals. Guests can access bathroom. Okay, there is a bathroom. You will not believe what's coming. What I like, the attitude as well. I don't accept calls. If you have an official inquiry, then contact me via text. I usually respond to queries within those hour offices 10 to 6 p.m. I usually try to do my best and respond ASAP. However, $19 a night. You can say, oh, Nicole, that's so cheap. What do you expect? This is a space. Okay, it's very small, has no window, no ventilation, $19 a night. But what do you expect for this price? That's not the point. That it's cheap. The point is, if I decide that I'm going to rent out a wardrobe in my living room, right? Literally a wardrobe, I'm gonna put a pillow in there, I'm gonna take a picture, I'm gonna put it on Airbnb and say $5 a night, but you're gonna sleep in the wardrobe. I may find somebody who will say yes. However, it's illegal. That's my problem. Just because some people will want to rent it, it doesn't mean you can rent it out. I'm getting angry. Let's have a look at the review. Let's have a look at the reviews. Worst day ever. The host will respond you quickly just before you make reservation. Once you book, she will take a lot of time to respond. Oh, we saw in the description. I will do my best to respond ASAP. Fake news. I have not been drinking, I swear. When I got to the place, it was completely dirty with trash spread all over the room. It was just terrible. Another review. One of the tenants used cocaine twice in the kitchen. How can you post this review and Airbnb doesn't flag that place? My mind is just gonna explode. Camilla did nothing to improve the situation. I was also arrested while... What? Arrested? I was also arrested while preaching against the homosexuality and pedophilia in the Vatican and asked Camilla to keep my property safe. Okay, so the guy who gets arrested because he's probably just shouting about pedophilia on the street is getting arrested, and then he writes a review for Airbnb that the tenants were using cocaine in the kitchen. I don't know what to say. So you can say, oh yeah, this is a crazy person, but he's not the only one saying bad review. So it's not like you can just dismiss this, A little place to crash, noisy, not very clean. Smoky, you share with more people, no ventilation in the attic or nearby. You are not alone in the attic. Wait, is there more people? Ew. Run. Run. One of the worst place I've stayed. Smoking in-house and all smoke come to my room. And because no windows, I was forced to smell it. I report all this to host and she didn't took any measure. She blamed the next door for smoking. I mean, some spiders or bugs, because 3 days before I finish my staying, I wake up with 1 centimeter swollen red area on my back. I'm not sure if it was water I was afraid to taste, but I realized the bottle was already open when I tried to open it. Replaced with some fluid. What the fuck? No space, no ventilation, probably illegal living conditions. We're going to check that, and this person is right. Quite dirty pillow and cover. Ew. Blech. Many shady people screaming all night. The question is this legal or is this not legal? Go to ChatGPT and it reasoned for 23 seconds. I'm not a lawyer, but here's what I understand. In the UK, you can't rent out just any space if it doesn't meet the required safety and habitability standards. Local councils and housing regulations generally require that any space used for habitation has adequate natural light, ventilation, and enough room for the occupants. A space with no window, very little room, and no proper ventilation might be seen as unsafe and uninhabitable, and could even be illegal to rent out on platforms like Airbnb. Thank you for confirming, ChatGPT. Of course, you have this report, this listing, so of course we can do that. A cheap price doesn't mean you can rent out anything in your apartment, like a wardrobe or storage room, like you can't do that. Moving on. Comfy bed in London. If you look at the pictures, you can say, okay, of course I went for the cheap ones. So the pictures are, I felt like this is a room, but it says bed, so I am going to sleep and share the room with 2 other people that I don't know in this very small space. I think this is overcrowding, which is also illegal, isn't it? So this is shady as well. And it's new, so it doesn't have any reviews. But if you look at $27 per night, if you go on the booking, $27, that's 26 euros. You can find for 22 euros, you can find bed in mixed dormitory rooms. I know this is like 10 bed or whatever, but it looks good. And I also have some other ads that have like 9 shared, and it's much more expensive, it's more expensive than 22 euros. So why would you go and book Airbnb with shady reviews? And again, my problem is some reviews are great, some reviews are horrible. So it's like, who are you gonna believe? Like, it's very difficult. And you have thousands of reviews on, this is not ad for a booking, by the way. I wish they sponsor me, please. If you're watching, can you sponsor my video? In my experience, I used Booking, it's amazing. I used Airbnb, it was horrible. Like going into a hostel or hotel is cheaper than the fucking Airbnb. So why would you go and book Airbnb? I just don't get it. For a dormitory room, of course, if you want to have your own space, then yeah, maybe Airbnb is better when it comes to price. It's also questionable, but still. So if I have a look at this 9-bed dorm, 35 a night, $35. That's still more expensive than what you get in here. If I look at those pictures, like this is literally the only picture of the space where I'm going to sleep. Like you can see like, oh yeah, bathroom, living room, all that. But this is the only picture right here. And I don't know if this is probably part of the room, but why would you just show me this? And by the way, it doesn't look very clean either. It looks pretty slightly ew. It doesn't look appealing. Simple B&B in central London. Again, $33 a night, more expensive than anything on Booking. And by the way, like this looks good for 22, 24 euros, 26. That is still much cheaper than, it's not like super much, but it is cheaper than whatever is for Airbnb. I chose this. This is a new listing, so it doesn't have reviews. I chose this for one thing only. It looks kind of clean, fine. The fun part is, and my problem with that, room in Holland Park. If you lived in London, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't lived in London and you don't know what Holland Park is, it's basically one of the most expensive areas in London. Houses there are incredibly expensive. I'm talking $20 million, pounds. This is where this house turned into a kind of like hostel, partially, is located next to Holland Park, obviously. This house that you're gonna rent is here, and then you have the tower house right here. Why am I mentioning tower house? There is a rock star living in here. I can't remember their name, but right here next to their house lives Robbie Williams. I know that you, my dear Americans, viewers, have no idea who that is, but let's just say this is like incredibly popular and rich superstar, very popular in Europe and different parts of the world, but he's super rich. He got like $100 million deal back in the day for some albums and so on. Who you have to be that you can afford a house in this location. This is not like you can get a mortgage. Like, no, you can't. An avid traveler, myself, who is annoyed by London prices. You're a neighbor to millionaires owning a fucking house worth millions of pounds. You're telling me, an avid traveler myself who is annoyed by London prices. You'll be staying in my house, turned guest house. However, I'm mostly out of town and would love to share my space with you. Slightly funny to me. This is the house, obviously. This is not a council housing apartment. We're talking about a house. So this lady, even though she's annoyed by expensive London, it makes no sense to me. How can you afford a property which is worth millions of pounds and then you rent it out for $33 a night to random strangers who could potentially destroy the property? I know that she wants their ID, but it's not gonna help you much if they destroy the property and they go back to where they come from. Please, anybody explain to me, because I'm confused. Seriously confused. Another thing that's happening on Airbnb all the time is when there is a property advertised and it gets some bad reviews, immediately the copy of that property, of that listing, is put and published. So then it's like, oh, no reviews. So you have the same thing here, the absolutely same pictures, everything is the same. This one with the better reviews is $49 per night. And this one with a little bit worse reviews is $38 per night. So it's cheaper because they want good reviews for this one. So if I have a look at the reviews, staff smoking marijuana indoors when this place clearly stated no smoking. This is ridiculous. We have cocaine, we have marijuana. I've Airbnb all over Europe for years and never had a bad experience or a complaint. Everything was fine, but the bathroom were not very clean, kind, helpful people. It's like, who you gonna believe? This is my problem with Airbnb, who you're gonna believe? So let's have a look at this one then, which is the same, but it has different reviews. So if I have a look at the lowest rated, I'm sorry I cannot recommend this place. The bedroom was smelly, the bedding was smelly, the bed was uncomfortable. No reply for almost a week. I went to the place recently, it was bloody smelly. Looks like a place for homeless people. It felt like I was sleeping surrounded by horses. The patterns, apart from the clutter, dirt and bad smells, were also that the person sleeping under my bed urinated during the night and no one came to clean, blah, blah, blah. Good, messy bedroom, dirty bathrooms. By the way, this home is at the bottom 10% of eligible listings based on ratings. You have reviews and you say it's smelly, it's, disgusting. And again, this is also, I suppose, illegal, but it's gonna get worse. Hang on. Not this one, later. But this is amazing as well. Look at the picture. First of all, this just looks so fucking appealing. If I was a rat, I would be like, ooh, I like this. I'm not a rat, I'm a human being. I'm a human being, so this looks disgusting to me. However, my point was, no reviews yet, it's new. Reconnect with loved ones in this family-friendly place. Reconnect with loved ones. Not only this looks like you're trying to connect with someone who is dead, but they also say it in the description. Reconnect with your loved ones. Reconnect with your loved ones. What the f***? And I thought I've seen it all. Amazing comfort. The main picture is a bunch of drawers. West Midlands, we're going from London to like Birmingham or something. What a luck about this place. What a luck about. I can't do this. I wanted to do like a Yorkshire. I don't know if this is Midlands, Yorkshire. I woke up this morning and it was really nice. It was really nice. I need to be locked in a mental asylum. This home is the bottom 10 of eligible listings on the ratings. It was so dirty. Oh, this is what I was looking for. It was so dirty and outside the house is full of rubbish containers and rats. Response from the host. The only thing you're good at is lying. You and 3 other ghosts' belongings. I made a video, showed Airbnb, which they send you fine for. Who are you gonna believe? Another review. It was not good. To those who read this review, we don't even know who this person is, did not stay with us. Honestly, if you respond to bad reviews like this, okay. Comfortable double room in Canley, Warwick University, 27 a night. Let's have a look at the reviews. Room smelled. There were bins outside just under the window and it was a hot day. An unsanitary, disgusting apartment with mold in the bathroom. The kitchen is very messy. I prefer to eat out and brush my teeth in a parking lot than use the unsanitary apartment. Horror cabinet. Horror cabinet in the kitchen containing gone-off Asian foods, including flies crawling in amped out of jars. Blah. Showers both had black mold and damp everywhere. I dared not shower. Back of the kitchen and rear of the property is a health and safety nightmare of a construction site, well overdue, or finish it off. Oh, here we go. These are 2 which are the same. Very bad reviews. So let's create another profile which is complete copy of the first one. First of all, what kind of window is this? Excuse me. What kind of architects live in the UK? Like, what the f***? You put your head in like this. I cannot go out. I cannot have a look outside. Not even for a f***ing wardrobe. Like, what the hell? West Midlands, 27 a night. Pretty expensive, by the way, for what you get. Reviews, please. Worst experience ever. This place is shit, and I wouldn't recommend this to anyone. This actually made me laugh. There are hundreds of rats creeping out downstairs, and there's a lot of garbage too. That's not the only person who said that, by the way. But I absolutely love the response from the host. This is ridiculous. I do believe rhythm, but this is just way too funny. Firstly, you booked a single room and brought with you 20 big boxes of various sizes, as if we are a cargo luggage terminal. This is great. And now we have the same profile. They're trying to get better reviews. I would not stay here again. You have to walk through a rat-infested and filthy shared alleyway to get to the entrance of this property. This is great reviews. And then you have multiple people saying that there are rats at the property. How can you book this? And again, this homes is in the bottom 10% of eligible listings. That's it for today. I am really interested. What is your experience with Airbnb? Have you ever used an Airbnb? Did you like it? What was great? What was bad? And how would you believe these reviews? Because obviously the pictures tells you something, but also it doesn't have to be, it can be all fake. And then you have amazing reviews, and then you have horrible reviews. Then you have people saying that, oh, people have done cocaine in the kitchen, and then some people say everybody was super friendly. And why wouldn't you go and book something through Booking? Sponsor me. Booking.com rather than Airbnb, when Booking is cheaper and it has thousands of reviews. So you know that if on Booking, if you have low rating, but there is 3,000-4,000 reviews, you know that is really bad. If you have great rating out of 4,000 reviews, you know that it has to be good. Booking.com is literally someone, having a hostel or hotel. It's not like I'm going to rent out the fucking wardrobe in my living room. What the fuck? This is ridiculous. I'm seriously tired of this shit. Like, people think they can just fucking rent out anything. Rent out the fucking balcony. No, half of the balcony. I'm just gonna put the fucking wood next to it. I'm gonna leave that open space. I'm gonna just say, the space is very small, and I can see that it's very small, and I take pictures and I put it online, and I say, it's very small. You cannot sue me because I said it's very small. So you cannot say, oh, it was too small and there's no windows and blah, 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 blah. It's not about fucking suing you. It's about you're doing something fucking illegal. Who do you think you are? In the 21st century, 2025, we are renting out 1 meter by 1 meter spaces with no window to human beings. This was not even happening in the medieval times. Even they had the window in the castle or in prison. I can't believe that this is happening. What am I gonna find next? People renting out chimneys. You can live in my chimney, you know? You're just gonna sleep like this. But it's only gonna cost you £6 a night. Once you wake up, you're just gonna do and you get down and then you can leave the property out of the fireplace. It's fine, Santa Claus does it all the time. See you next time. Hit that subscribe button. Now! Damn!